In today's class, we are going to see about Citavi reference management. The Citavi is a very beautiful tool from the European country, and it is freely available. Okay, and you can get this older version of Citavi at free of cost, whereas the new version is a 30 days trial version. If at all you want to download this, the older version of Citavi, you can go to the current downloads. You can download the 6.10 and you can download Citavi 5.7. And of course, that is not a very big change when you go for 5.7 and 6.1. Okay, you can try with this, or you can try with this particular version. After downloading, you can see this icon as Citavi 6 on your computer desktop. Now, after hitting your Citavi 6, you can able to get the panel in this form. And if at all you want to, okay, create a new folder. Now, I can just click here, new project. I can click the new project here. There are two options here, cloud project, local projects. A very important thing is that this particular tool can be used for collaborative writing. What do you mean by collaborative writing? It is that I can make a professor sitting in America and a professor sitting in Italy and myself sitting in India. All three can sit in this common cloud platform of Citavi and we can write the paper. This is what collaborative researching. Now, you do some experiments, you share your material simulations, how you are going to combine your work and form as a paper. And that we can do with cloud version of Citavi. If at all you are working in a same campus, a student and a professor and a project associates, research associates are also into that project, and each part is been done by each persons in the team, and all of them want to keep writing on a single document. No, you can use this local project because your local network is being connected in LAN. In that way you can do it. Now I'm just going to create one. I'll just make it the file name CIT. Now I'm going to make as a cloud project. When it is a cloud, you can connect the people in all over the world. When it is local project, you can connect only in your local network. Okay. Now I'm just going to click here. It is going to be a cloud. Okay, I just opted for cloud. Now it is going to make a separate folder. As you can see, this recently opened project. In similar way, it will be there. I think the problem is that with Citavi is that you should have a very good internet connectivity, and it is very important, and it will save your time. For example, if you are writing a paper for 6 months, if you learn this Citavi, practice this Citavi, you can write the same paper which you are actually you're doing it for 6 months or 8 months or 5 months. Now you can do it in 1/3 of time period. It means that you would have taken 6 months. Now you can complete your paper within 1 month or 1.5 months, and that is a very important thing. Now you can see this. This is the Citavi file. Please wait. It is creating the file in the cloud environment. And now I think Citavi 10 is payable. Of course, Citavi 6.8 is free. I think you can see this icon here. 10 is 10 is not at the free of cost. Now this is the Citavi panel. This is your Citavi panel, and you can see here user one. I'm the user here. If you are having a collaborative research, you can see this how many people are sitting and doing the work in a single document. Okay. Here a very important thing is that in Citavi is that three major parts are there. One is called references, the other one is called knowledge, the other one is called task. And beyond that, lot of things are there to say the features of Citavi. Okay, but of course, we are going to make it in a very simple shortcut way. I think we will be making it within 3 to 4 classes to explain about the Citavi. Now, when you completed your experimentation, the very first thing you have to do is that now you have to take your results, okay, either in a form of data or either in a simulation, or if you have some experimentation, you will be having Excel sheets data or simulation files, everything. Once you have these things ready with you, you are going to start your paper, and this is how the procedure has to be done. And you know that when you want to write a paper, the very first thing is that creating the category. What do you mean by creating the category? The category is that, I think you can able to see here very clearly the category. And this is what the category. What this category is trying to do. What your category is going to do. Before writing a journal, I've seen many people, they'll write the abstract. No, it's not the right way. Actually, here I want to give a very clear cut idea. What is the first thing you have to do when you want to write a paper is that you have to complete your experimentation, either it is in a 50%, 70%, whatever it may be, whatever the results you have presently in your hand, then you can go for writing the journal. When you are going for writing the journal, the very first thing is that you have to create a category. What do you make category? Here you can just click here. I can make new category. When I make a new category, this is called my abstract. My first thing in a paper will be called abstract. And your second category will be related works. And your third will be your materials and methods. And your fourth category will be your results and discussion. And your fifth will be your conclusion. Sir, what is this? These are very common thing. Why do you say it's a category? Yeah, very important thing. See, when you click here, I think I missed introduction. Now I'll just introduce one more thing. It is called introduction. This is what your introduction. Now, when you think about this major thing, these are all new category. Now, I want to create in introduction a new subcategory. And what this is called topic sentence. I think you would have studied about the topic sentence when you write a paragraph. In my introduction, what should be my first paragraph as to speak? Now I can put it as a sentence. For example, if I'm doing something with wireless sensor networks, now I have to talk about basics of WSN. Okay. Now 2.1 first paragraph should talk about, okay, it should talk about, I just make like this, wait, I'll just delete it so that this is a subcategory, no need of subcategory, subcategory. Now I can put here, I can make one more subcategory. Now it will be second paragraph. 2.1 is my first paragraph. What I'm going to do, second thing is that I'm going to discuss about WSN routing methods. See, you're creating a template of your entire paper, then inserting the contents according to the topic sentence will have a very beautiful flow of your article. And that is what we call it as coherention. Okay, coherence. It is called coherence. parallel. Now parallel, you can see, you can make n number of paragraphs. Okay, you can have a link with the first paragraph to second paragraph, and then you'll have a link with the, of course you can change it in future, but you create a one small template so that the contents can be segregated in a form of parallel flow. That you can get it. This is what the very beautiful thing, you can see it. And the second thing is that you could have read many papers. For example, you could have read many papers in what I can say, from IEEE, whatever it may be. While reading, I'll just make it like this. While reading a paper, I find that this particular paper is so beautiful. I think that I can use the content of this particular paper, okay, for writing in introduction part. No, so what I do, I can just drag and put it in this point. You can see this uploading. Please wait, you can see this. I'll just make 4 files. I made individually. You can take 4 5 files combined by pressing the control key. I can select 4 5 documents. Okay, I can upload it. I think you can able to see it here very clearly. 2 documents have came out. Now I'll go for one more thing so that I can show you 3 4 documents at a time. I'm just keeping my finger on the control button. I just select it, and then okay, I'll do like this. I'll take some papers. It will be more good, I think so. Okay, I'll take this. I'll take this. Just drag it, put it here. Of course, it will take some more time to get it into your cloud environment, because it is a very big thing. If you have a very good internet, you can upload it very easily. If your internet is very slow, then it takes more time. Please wait. Now you got all the papers which have been selected. Now it is loaded here. Totally 5 papers are there. You can see these 5 articles. When I click here, it will be 5 articles. When I click here, you can see these all articles. Now all articles are there. Okay. See, you can make your Citavi panel in normal position. This is the original position. You can change the size of your panels. You can change your size of the panel according to your wish. You can insert the panel like this. It's up to you. It's up to you. Now I'll make it in this way so that you get a very beautiful structure. You can change this also. Now, see, now my panel is ready. My panel is ready now. I just make it a perfect way. Now, see, when I feel this particular document, okay, when I am downloading, I have to discuss about some points from this paper in my introduction first paragraph. I can arrange it here. Now I think that big data has to be spoken for my second paragraph. I can drag and I can drop it here. I think you're able to see this number 2 is just coming out here. See, I'm just moving, I'm putting here 2. And the other one is in literature work. I'm just dragging and just placing near to the related works. What actually happens here is that before writing, you're segregating everything. See, before cooking, you have to keep all the materials on your, what I can say, in your kitchen platform. Why? Because when you Go for cooking. By the time you cannot go and search for the materials or the grains or the items, it will really frustrate you. You will be really become more stressed, because the quality of the food goes, then you're losing time, then you will be under big pressure. To avoid this, what you will do, before getting into your kitchen, you make your all ingredients available very close to you, and then your full concentration will be on the item which you are going to cook. Similar way, before writing a paper, what are the contents I want to write? You are segregating it and keeping everything in a form. What is this with this particular method? If you are really writing a paper by your own, you would have experienced a lot of problem. You download a folder, you keep it in a folder, you forget it. And when you want to search, I read it on that day, I want to take that PDF, and you will keep on searching. Sometimes you won't get it, sometimes you may get it, sometimes you leave it. These all things happens in your daily writing. So if you want to save your time, you download it, put it here, keep this in your reference. Then whatever the content want to be taken from that particular paper, you can drag and put it in your structure. It means that category. I think now you can see this. If I have 100 of paper, now if I press this, I'll have only this paper. Now, when I want to read this paper, I can just go here at the corner. You can see this open in full screen. Please wait. Your full screen will be open. Now I can read it here. There's a thesis report on fake currency detection. Okay. And it is a very important thing. When you read your content, okay, I feel that this particular should be highlighted. I can make highlight. If I feel that this particular should be, one second, highlighted, you can do it. But here, what the highlighter is trying to do here is that you can understand here. This is called highlighting, and this is called highlighting short text passages and save as a knowledge item. What do you mean by that? I'll just do it once again, right? Then you'll understand. Now, if you shade it, it will be like a shading. Whereas when you shade here, this will go to the knowledge item. What do you mean knowledge item? I can just make a minimize of this version. I'm going to rewrite this particular thing, this lab process. It starts from this lab. Now I'm just going to make blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm just going to make something, type. I'm just, shall I make it real? That will be good. I think so. And this particular line is a very important line. So what I do, I rewrite the paragraph. This rewrite, I'm just going to rewrite it in computer. By seeing the above content, I can write it in computer. The in computer, the basic, don't see the meaning of this, just I'm typing it. In computer, the basic image processing is done through softwares. Now if I click this, okay, now I am given a very big key here where I want to keep this category of the content. Sometimes you would have kept in introduction, sometimes you want to add this in your literature survey. So I can make like this, your content will be reflected. This particular line, I want to put it in my materials and methods. I can just add and I can say, okay, that's all. And this, when you click this and you get it, it is called direct quotation and indirect quotation. And then you can see a lot of quotations. I'll just show you. I'll just close it. If I close it, it goes here. Now, if I want to have this document, okay, now I am just clicking here. It is a direct quotation. And if I press here, I can see these things. it is called summary, it is called indirect quotation, and then you call it as command, and it is called task. And you can have many more. Of course, searching a bibliography, that is very in depth of this module. But of course, I'm going to teach only the direct quotation, indirect quotation, and then your command, and then the task. Now, if I feel this particular selection to be discussed with my professor, I can just click here and I can make a note of this. And now this is going to be stored here, and you can have your status of your task. Now the task is with you. Now already what is the quotation I marked here? You can see this quotation here. And I can see the content of this particular link. Okay. What is the content? Where it has been linked. Now this is the content and this is the context of the particular paper, and this is the reference. You can see this is the paper who has been done, this particular document, and this is the overview of the document. This is an overview. Okay. This is how the tools are there. Now I'll just talk about difference between indirect quotation and quotation. Now I'll just take this. I have my quotations here. If I take direct quotations, see what happens in the direct quotation. You can copy the entire document in your particular format, then I can add it to the category. On which category I need it, I can add it. Now I want to make it in the result and discussion, I can add it here. That's it. Now you can see how the informations are coined and linked. Now I have completed my direct quotation. Now I'll go for indirect quotation. When I go for indirect quotation, I just make it here. Wait, I just select. I'm just going for indirect quotation. I completed direct quotation. Now indirect quotation. See, in indirect quotation, you will not have any contents which you have selected. In turn, for those selection, you can rewrite it here. You can rewrite the content. You can rewrite the content. Okay. And this content, where I have to include, that is a very important thing. Where I have to include, I can mark it here. In which category I want to make it. I just type it, I can get it in results and discussion. That's it. I just click the tick. It is going to be stored. I think I have completed direct and indirect quotation. Now I'm going to teach you about the very important quotation is that summary. Now if I select here, I can see the comment. Okay, this is what the comment. I think you can able to see this comment. If you want to comment on this particular line, you can comment it. Now, once again, I'm just going to select. Then I'm going to see this summary. Now, this summary is that it is, you can see this summary. What is the purpose of the summary? It save and add orange highlight in the margin. Okay, this is one type of marking. You know, when you read a paper, what you'll do, you'll just mark it in red line. You just put a quotation. You just put different colors. Sometimes you put cross marks. Similar way, if you feel the document according to your planning, you can segregate the knowledge, arrange the knowledge, and keep it in a format. And for those purpose, these particular things are really useful. And of course, a very important thing which I want to discuss here is that, you know, if at all you want to have a diagram to be copied, you can do that also. Wait, I'll just show you. If a diagram is a very beautiful diagram, I want to just take this diagram, just go here. You can take a snapshot, and this has to be done. You can see here. Now, I can take like this. I can put it in the direct quotation. Now the diagram is there in the direct quotation. Okay. You can keep your category. And that's how I'll just make it once again with WSN routing. You can see this diagram. Sometimes you can have your diagram in a different way. I'll just make it here. And it is called image acquisition. That is called image acquisition. Now you're going to take this image. Previously it was text. It is an image acquisition. And of course, here also this image I want to discuss in related works. I think that this image is very important. I can aggregate it and make it in a form of linking the information. I can put it here, and this is how it comes. I think you can able to see very clearly how we are taking an information from a content. No, what happens here in reality, I'll shade it as red mark. I'll keep the file somewhere. I'll keep on searching the file. When I read, I feel it's very important, but I will take a notes. When I type my paper, write my paper, whatever it may be, you will not find the content. So you can see this. You are arranging the things and putting your informations in a sequence. Whether you are going to rewrite, whether you are going to copy, or whether you are going to include, whether you are going to delete, whether you are going to make this sentence to be in a reverse sentence because this fellow has done like this, I'm going to do like this. It is going to be a negative part of this particular concept, and that you can place it here. Everything it is a knowledge management system. No way in this world, no equal software like Citavi. Mendeley is there, EndNote is there, but you cannot find these features and you cannot find it for free of cost. It's a very beautiful software, and really I'm using for more than 4 to 5 years. And you have to make yourself practice to work in this particular software is very important. If you don't have this practice, really it is a very big problem for the people to follow. When you practice it, it is a very beautiful software where it saves your time, it saves your stress, it saves your even if you have 10 minutes you can write one paragraph because everything is ready now. Okay, everything is ready now. You are going to just rewrite it. That is what a very important thing. Okay, and you have the task also. Sometimes you feel that this has to be done after introduction. I can make it in the form of task. You can see this task location, and that is a very important thing. And when you want to make a separate task, I can click the task here. I can make my own discussion. Now I want to include one more what I can say. I think my task, I want to make one new task. I can type here. I can keep my task here. It's up to you. Okay, you can hide the task, you can put your project ideas, you can have the all the tasks, current tasks, important tasks, everything you can make it here. You can make it as a column, you can assign the work to somebody, and you can check it out. Okay, and when you have your advanced selection, you can have your high priority, and you can have the selections. Before this month I want to do it, it will be like a project management, because 4 or 5 people are working in a article writing. Everybody will be assigned the work, everybody will be combined. If you go to any software company, you will have a project manager. He's an architect. He'll say that you have to take this and he has to take this, the structure should be like this. It means that a professor sitting in a college, and he'll have some research scholars. By the time he is an architect of the entire article, he knows who has to do this work at what time, and he makes the things everything, and it makes it in a form of task and keeps in Citavi. Then he will see the progress. And that is what, if you go to any IEEE paper, you can see 4 or 5 authors sitting and writing a article. But of course in India we will have only two. One is the supervisor, the other one is the student. And that is what the reason we don't have quality. You can see this project task, you can see this task. If I'm going to assign a new task now, Shankar has to be assigned a due date to complete this task. I'll just make it the date by this month, medium. And what is that? I have given the task for him. I have to take photocopy. Now, whether it is status, it has been started. Now I can just click here. Now you can see this important task. Now, if you want to have all task, okay, you can see the all task. And you can see your task. If many people are there, if you want to see only your task, you can see your task. And you can see the current task. I don't have any current task for next 7 days. Now I can fix this task, current task. You can see this, it's keep on changing, project task, okay, and all those things. According to that, you can get the icons about your task. Okay, your final, for example, your final presentation should be on this day, and it is a high priority, and you can have this particular task to be made as a reminder for you to make you to feel that this particular task has to be completed within 2 or 3 days. It will give an intimation to you. And now I think now we have completed about the knowledge systems. And what is that remaining is there in the next class is that what are the things you have written here without the typing, you can just make a paper. That is a very beautiful thing in the Citavi. What you have typed here, if at all you want to make it you can make it in a common window showing all the panel. You can click at this corner. See here, it's a very important thing is that you what you've done your quotations, you can convert it as a paper. No need to type. Whatever you read then and there, you put it in this particular quotations, then you place it in the task, and everything is arranged now. Okay, when these things are arranged, now if I go to Microsoft Word, I can just have a one click, what you have written, everything will be converted into paper. This is a very important thing. I think we'll see in the next class, and we'll see about the search engines. We'll see about the Citavi picker, and these are all a very beautiful things in an advanced version of this Citavi. I think we'll be seeing our next class with more interest and learning how to convert these knowledge informations without typing, making a paper. And thank you very much. We'll be seeing in the next class.